Precisely. It's good to see you back to yourself.
Gentlemen, you plan on spending the night.
Isn't this wonderful? The three musketeers, together again, all for one, and none for two. Very hard.
A dualism? Two? Never mind. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night. Officer, can I believe you came in with this stick?
Oh, yes, I did. Thank you.
What did you bring the stick for, Jekyll?
Oh, I meant to return it to Enfield.
But you forgot.
I will now.
Just let him get away with it?
Wasn't all that a bit difficult to swallow, that in my eyes there is no other business?
In his eyes, perhaps not. But what about Ender's trousers?
Look, I'll brook no obscenity. Enfield's affairs are no concern of mine. I will simply return this stick and...
Dear Lord, what's happening?
What's happening without the serum?
Who'd have thought it?
I think I'll have a word of Mr. Enfield.
No, Hyde, no!
Enfield!
Hyde! Johnny, don't worry. This is a friend of Dr. Jekyll's.
Look how he protects her from the frightening boogeyman. What a good husband he'll be, eh, dear?
Hyde, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but if he's going to be such a good husband, then how do you suppose his walking stick wound up in a house of whores?
What?
You don't suppose he paid him a visit less than a month ago?
Richard, what is he saying?
What I'm saying is that your respectable young man has been spending his days with you and his nights in the arms of any young harlot he can find.
That's enough, Hyde! Darling, he's lying, of course. Richard!
Oh, you know I'm telling the truth. And I think you know too, Helen.
Richard, you're horrible. Richard, no! Help! Somebody! Richard, no! Hyde! Hyde! Where to now, Mr. Hyde?
Can't go to Jekyll's. The police will be there any minute.
Besides, Jekyll poured out all the chemicals.
Sybil's room. Look.
Minutes later.
As before, a bed,
A chair.
a door,
And a door.
Edward, startled me. Where have you been these past few days?
That's my business.
Of course it is. I missed you for some strange reason.
Why must the stationery in a whorehouse be of the same vintage as the Gutenberg Bible?
What are you writing?
That's my business.
Of course it is. Why don't we trade in some business and try for some pleasure?
No!
I told you I don't tolerate that.
Listen, Sybil, I need you to do something for me. I need you to take this letter to this address. Do not read it. Do it!
I'm not some messenger girl, Edward.
Please.
I didn't know that word was in your vocabulary. All right.
received Dr. Jekyll's message, and I have all the chemicals prepared.
Well, all of them?
Yes, all of them, but you're going to answer some questions first. I want to know who you are. I want to know why Dr. Jekyll needs those chemicals so urgently. I want to know who that woman was who came here. And I want to know why you come to collect them at this late hour, when dawn is upon us.
You'll get your answers when I get my chemicals.
No, I want my answers now.
The chemicals!
All right. You're on the desk over there.
Ah, yes.
Wait, be careful of my desk.
Oh, be careful of my desk, you fool.
How did Dr. Jekyll ever become acquaintances with the likes of you?
You don't know. You have no idea.
What are you talking about?
You always thought Jekyll's work was laughable, a heretical flight of fancy. Pitiful.
You're not making any sense. What are you doing? What are you making?
Are you so set in your ways that you don't wonder about me? Have you a shred of scientific curiosity left in your body? You don't wonder about this enigma, this biological impossibility that sits before you?
How dare you question my scientific curiosity?
Have you any desire to find out what I am?
I've done nothing but ask you what you were and who you were since the moment you arrived.
Knowledge of what I am would destroy you more swiftly than this.
There's no point in trying to frighten me.
Frighten you? Oh, I terrify you. I'm everything you fear, everything you refuse to accept.
You're speaking in enigmas, sir.
What if I show you something that would stagger the disbelief of Satan? Right now, I could open up new avenues of wealth and power to you and show you how everything you believe is wrong.
Well, what's that? What are you doing?
Trust me, what I'm about to show you is best not viewed in full light. You who have denounced the virtue of transcendental medicine, you who have derided your superiors for so long, to your health.
I can't see a thing. Where's the blast of light? What's going on? What's going on? Henry!
Yes, Hasty.
Oh, dear God in heaven. Henry, what have you done?
The results of the experiments. I've done what I've always talked about. Just let me rest.
Henry. Oh, dear God, Henry. Do you realize what you've done here? You violated the laws of nature.
I was investigating a scientific possibility, Hasty. That's what scientists do.
You're no longer worthy of being called scientist.
Please, don't agitate me. I fear that's what triggers transformations now.
Transformations? You can turn into that thing without an injection?
I wouldn't have thought it, but it happened tonight.
Henry! Henry, how many times have I told you that by even entering the domain you were doing your soul?
I've lived more in the past few weeks than you have in your entire life, you worm.
Henry.
Hasty. I'm sorry, just let me steady my pulse.
Henry. You're risking everything. You're destroying yourself.
You don't understand. Hyde is getting stronger every day. Last night he killed a man.
You killed a man?
I didn't. Hyde did. Hyde killed him. I think I should go.
No, you're staying right there. We're calling for the authorities.
For God's sake, Hasty, just let me go. You don't know what you're doing.
Henry, you can't walk into my house, confess murder, and expect to walk away from it.
I'm leaving.
No!
Let go of me now!
Henry!
Hasty? Hasty, I'm sorry.
Henry! Oh, good heavens. Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Get off! Let go!
wasn't he?
And the oldest. We were boys together.
Maybe he was right. Maybe you should have never entered this domain of the soul.
Of course he was right. You're an even bigger fool than you always said you were.
Shut up! Shut up, the both of you! Why can't you just leave me alone?
All right.
We will.
The strange case
Of Dr. Jekyll.
and Mr. Hyde.
Act 2, Scene 1.
A back street of London.
Behind the home of Henry Jekyll.
The usual bustling throng of houses today.
All that can be seen are the buildings, the streets.
And to the laboratory of Dr. Jekyll.
A door.
Henry! Henry, it's Gabriel. I need to see you.
No, Gabriel, I cannot. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Please, Dr. Jekyll.
Helen, dear Helen, please, please go.
Oh, it's urgent, Henry, urgent.
Go away, Emerson.
That didn't sound like the master, Mr. Anderson.
That was Edward. It must have been the Hyde, sir. I don't know how he got in there, but he's in there. Yes, I think so. All right, Henry, or Hyde, or whoever you are, we're coming in.
Are you quite certain you want to do that, Mr. Utterson?
Are you ready to see what's behind this door?
Yes, I am.
Really?
You've been thinking about that door a lot, haven't you?
I'm not inordinate about.
Look, who are you? Friends of Dr. Jekyll.
And we'd like to be friends of yours, too.
But tell us about this door.
Big, heavy, and black.
When was the first time you saw it?
Well, I've seen it 1,000 times. Henry's lived here for 30 years.
And this is the first time we've thought anything of it?
Well, I suppose.
Uncle, can I tell you of a rather strange occurrence that happened near this door the other day?
Well, this door. Well, that's the back door to the laboratory of my friend, Dr. Jekyll.
Is it? Well, that explains something. You see, the other day, I saw this repulsive fellow barreling down the street, nearly killed this young girl. Hyde, he said his name was. I knew that, well, I heard that Dr. Jekyll had a friend by the name of Hyde.
Never heard the name.
Stranger, stranger. You see, I demanded to enumerate the girl for her injuries. He jumped behind this door and emerged with a check.
Yes.
Well, not because I'm violating the trust, but suffice to say, the name on the check was...
No, I signed that check myself. And I gave Hyde enough to leave and never be seen again.
Well, all right. My fears seem to be assuaged. However, did you fall in with this fellow?
It is a long story I would rather not repeat, but I assure you, you will see and hear no more of Edward Hyde. Shall we?
Of course. Oh, and Henry, there's going to be a gathering tomorrow night at my place in celebration of Richard and Helen's engagement. Would you care to join us?
It would be my pleasure, Jacob.
Wonderful. Helen is very fond of you, you know. Richard, too. Even Hastings wanted to congratulate you on your charitable works.
Precisely. It's good to see you back to your old self.
Gentlemen, do you plan on spending the night?
Isn't this wonderful? The three musketeers together again, all for one.
And none for two.
I beg your pardon.
Liberalism, two. Never mind. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Henry.
Good night.
Still lots of money, you know.
Oh, what this dual personality business?
Yes, he's not researching anymore, but clearly obsessed.
Well, if you say there's no scientific foundation in it,
Well, that's the thing. I reread his paper the other day, and some of the chemicals he's listed could have a transformative effect, but nothing to the extent that he's talking about. But it's,
what he's playing in God's domain, as they say.
as they say, Gabriel, mark my words, Henry Jekyll will be the death of us.
that the last time you saw Dr. Langley?
Alive, anyway?
Yes.
Study of Dr. Easty Langley.
The day after his murder.
As before, desk, chairs, and door.
Well, thank you for your help, Mr. Edison. We understand this has been a horrible day for you.
Best friend and your butler both killed by this Hyde maniac. Don't worry, sir. We'll get him.
Ryden, have you got any clues to find?
Great, sir.
Now, since you're the executive of the deceased, you should be in charge of all his papers, correct?
Yes, I am.
Well, we'll be needing to take a look at some of those to see if they hold any clues to this Hyde fellow.
Of course. I'm afraid the papers are in a dreadfully disordered state. Hyde absolutely destroyed Easton's study.
That's all right. We'll make do with what we have. Thank you for your time and good luck with everything.
Sir.
Richard?
Uncle, are the police gone, Uncle?
Yes, but we mustn't disturb the room. This is still the scene of a crime.
Of course, Uncle, how are you, Uncle?
Well, as to be expected, I suppose.
Of course. I'm so terribly sorry, Uncle. I know how close you and Dr. Langley were.
Yes. Why have you come here, Richard?
Well, I didn't want to say this with the police around. I'm afraid I may not have been entirely honest when they questioned me about last night.
It's a terrible habit for a lawyer, Richard.
I know. I told them that when Hyde broke in last night, he was shouting incoherently and just attacked, but... Uncle, what I'm about to say may shock you.
Shock me? Richard, I have seen 2 dead bodies tonight. I've seen I'm as shocked as I'll be.
Hyde entered and accused me of having visited a house of ill repute.
Richard! Did you?
Yes, I did.
Richard.
But, Uncle, Hyde couldn't have known. I've never seen him there. But I have seen Dr. Jekyll.
Henry Jekyll?
Yes. We both swore to secrecy, but...
What on earth would Henry Jekyll be doing in a place like that?
the same as any man, Uncle. But you must understand, he wasn't there under his own name. He told everyone his name was Edward Hyde.
He claimed to be Hyde?
Yes. He said he borrowed the name from a friend. I assumed he was shamming. The name seemed false enough. But then I met Mr. Hyde on the street.
How on earth did Henry get mixed up with? There's only one way to find out. We're going to see Henry.
Presently, the house of Dr. Henry Jekyll, sitting room, a nicely appointed room with a sofa, a chair, and a door.
Mr. Armisen and Mr. Enfield to see you, sir.
Send them in the room.
Right away.
Henry, you look awful.
Hasty's death has affected me.
Uncle, maybe we should...
No. I want answers now before the police come knocking down the door for them.
They're already here. I told them I don't know where Hyde is.
You told me that Hyde was no longer a part of your life.
Gentlemen, I assure you, his reappearance came as a great surprise to me.
Doctor, there's something you may not know. It concerns our coincident visits to... You know. I'm afraid I may have violated your trust by telling my
Such
uncle...
concerns of reputation no longer seem very important to me, do they, Enfield?
Yes, well, good. Doctor, Edward Hyde seems to know of my visit to this place. It seems the real reason he broke in last night is a canon of my indiscretion.
That's exactly why. He didn't approve.
I beg your pardon.
Doctor, You didn't tell him yourself, did you?
No, of course not. Perhaps one of the women, he was close with that civil woman.
So she told him.
No, I didn't say that.
Doctor, my beloved Helen doesn't trust me any longer. Whoever is responsible for this will be made to pay.
This is really not the time for
Look,
this.
Enfield, don't mistreat Sybil. I assure you she is quite innocent. And if I found out that you're... excuse me.
Henry?
I'm sorry, I must go.
What the devil's wrong with Henry?
I couldn't guess. But I know what I must do now.
Richard, we came here looking for Hastings' murder, not to settle some personal vendetta about your pride. Whatever it is you
I understand what you're saying. And yes, justice will be served. But before we let the constabulary have their hopes into Hyde, he will taste my fist. Good day.
Richard!
What happened next?
I don't know. Only what I was told.
Well, Enfield went to find
You
that.
have to go find Sybil.
To Sybil's room. 1 hour later.
As before, a bed, a chair, a cane, a door, and a door.
Sybil,
Enfield?
so you know who I am then?
Well, I've seen you in the front room once or twice before, but never in there.
You know me well enough to tell Edward Hyde I've been here.
Sir, this house respects the confidentiality of its clients.
You know those big words. For a whore. Where is he? Where's Hyde?
Sir, I think you better leave.
Edward Hyde murdered 2 people last night.
You did what?
I think you'd better tell me everything you know about him.
Listen, Enfield, go. Go right now.
I'm not leaving until you tell me where Edward Hyde is.
Please, Enfield, just leave.
Where is he, Sybil? Is that my walking stick?
So that's where I left that.
Hyde!
Sybil, I'm disappointed. I told you I want to speak to Mr. Enfield if he came.
2 people? You killed 2 people last night?
You have no idea, Sybil. No idea what it feels like to hit another man until he stops moving. Oh, it's exhilarating like nothing else. Especially Latin. Hearing those dry little bones snap. His last breath escaping in a pitiful wheeze. No more condescending lectures will fiddle forth from those lips. What I did last night is a lot less painful than breaking someone's heart, Enfield.
That's it, Hyde. I'm taking you to the police.
Oh, are you?
Yes. I am.
Ooh, a pistol. Oh, dear.
It's a joke, Hyde. Come on. The game's over.
Run!
Good girl, Sybil. Thank you. You should be more careful of your toys, Enfield, always leaving them about.
Put the gun down, Edward.
Fine. We'll settle this like men.
All right, Hyde. My friend.
Oh, come on.
Sybil, you had better go.
What next?
I don't
connecting Lanyon with Hyde. Jekyll must be the key, but he's nowhere to be found either.
I thought you were supposed to be settling Dr. Lanyon's escape, not solving a mystery.
Yes, well, Henry's not the only one allowed some mystery in his life. What's the matter with me? I joked at his
I don't think he'll mind now.
Is there any word from Richard?
No, but I wouldn't worry about him. He's probably just-
15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Oh, you all right there?
Richard!
I thought you might like that back.
Hyde, how did you get in here?
No, they shouldn't have put the junior constable guy in the back door. He never saw me coming.
The police are everywhere. All I can do is shout.
Don't! They'll be here soon enough. They must have heard Miss Helen cry. Someday you'll realize how much better off you are without this serpent.
What do you want, Hyde?
Oh, don't worry, Edison. I'm not going to kill you. You can't take a life that's never been lived. Goodbye.
What the hell is going on in here?
Hyde just jumped out that window!
Run!
My nephew, Richard Enfield.
It's been dead for hours.
I know, but Hyde!
No sign of Hyde. But one of the men said he saw that Dr. Jekyll fellow walking away.
Henry Jekyll?
But Hyde just vanished.
But how is that possible?
How is that possible? How could Hyde just escape so fast?
And why would Henry Jekyll be near here? Why didn't he stop by?
Perhaps they're working together?
Never. Henry Jekyll is the most law-abiding, life-preserving man in London.
There had to be an answer somewhere.
But no word from Jekyll.
Not in a week, no.
No sign of Hyde either?
No.
1 week later,
Still the Utterson house.
same chairs,
Same door.
Helen, dear.
Hello, Uncle.
Well, I suppose you won't be my uncle now.
Please, Helen. I'll always consider you. How are you?
Better? Not well, but better.
I spoke with the police recently. They've all but called off the search for Hyde. They're sure he's fled the country by now.
Don't you think so, too?
No, somehow I'm sure he's somewhere very close by.
Did they ever find that woman Richard went to see?
No. They went to her place of business, but it was deserted. I'm sure they heard that trouble was afoot, so of course. Henry Jekyll is the key. He's the key to all of this. He's locked himself in his laboratory. I spoke to him briefly through the door, but all he'll tell me is that Hyde was an assistant he hired and then left abruptly.
Did he say how they met?
He mumbled something about a correspondence, but none of the letters remain, of course. There's no evidence of Hyde ever being photographed or even holding another job. I found that every correspondence that Henry and Lanning have had, just mountains of them, yellowed with age. A lot of them even dating back to our university days. Scientific debates and schemes. Couldn't understand them for the life of me. And all the recent letters are of Henry arguing that this dual personality business is valid. Not a single mention of Hyde.
Why would Dr. Lanyon have to know about Hyde beforehand? Didn't Hyde just break in?
No. The police say there was no sign of forced entry. And Lang's servants say they didn't let anyone in that night, so he must have opened the door himself. He must have expected it too if he opened it at 4 in the morning. Henry says he has no idea what brought Hyde to Lanyon.
He knows more than he's telling us.
Yes, I'm sure of it. As a lawyer and his friend, I can't do anything to throw suspicion on him, even if the reason for that suspicion is tremendous. I'm stuck solving this mystery by myself, and I hardly know where to begin.
Maybe it's just as well. I want to see Hyde brought to justice. I just want this to be over.
It won't be over until Hyde is brought to justice. Why is this so important? Do you remember what Hyde said to me? That I'd never lived my life? He was right. All my adult life, I've looked at law and lawbreakers in its abstract sense, hypothetical disputes and contractual cases. But this is happening right here, right now, and I'm in the middle of it. I can't go through legal channels for fear of harming poor Henry, whatever his secret is. I couldn't stand losing both of my best friends. And Richard.
Excuse me, sir. This one to see you, sir. You can call it that.
Or,
Are you Mr. Atherton?
yes, and you are?
I'm Sybil.
We know who you are. The police are looking for you.
I know they are. I can hear them. I have to come to you first. I'm a friend of Edward Hyde.
I have no friends.
No, I haven't seen him. No, he's not as evil as that. At least he wasn't. But I did see him the night Dr. Langley was killed. He made me deliver letters to Dr.
What sort of a letter?
Well, he told me not to read it. He insisted. But I did manage to glance at it. It seemed like some sort of shopping list for comfort. But what I did notice was it wasn't signed Hyde. It was signed Jekyll.
Is it one of these letters here?
They all look the same. This one right here.
This one? Well, I recall noticing this one. The handwriting seemed a little hurried, but it was definitely Henry's. You say Hyde wrote this.
I saw him write it myself.
But this is Henry's handwriting down to a T. But it's forgery. The best forgery I've ever seen. This is simply...
Now, how could two men have identical handwriting?
Why, they'd have to be... No.
Uncle, Mr. Anderson? I'm sorry, Lee. I was lost in thought. All right, now this letter has Henry asking Landon to gather some chemicals for him, and that he'll be by before sunrise to pick them up. Whoever came must have been Hyde, though.
May I see? These are the same chemicals that Dr. Jekyll had mentioned in his article.
Well, then what does that mean? Is Hyde forging signatures to forbidden experience? Or...
No, Mr. Utterson, that's not possible.
And again,
No, Lanyon said it wasn't scientifically possible.
but Jekyll seemed to think it.
Excuse us, Mr. Anderson.
Oh, cool. And you're...
Valerie, sir.
Oh, yes. Ladies, these are two of Dr. Jekyll's staff. What brings you here?
Very terribly worried, sir, about the master.
He's locked himself in his laboratory and has no reports against it. He told us not to let him out no matter what he says or how he pleads.
Sometimes we have the most awful sounds coming from in there, and we're saying it's the most horrible laugh. Horrible laugh?
Yes, it almost sounds as if that Mr. Hyde person the police are after us down there. We thought about going to them, but we...
No. No, you did the right thing. All right, everyone, we're leaving right now.
Which brings us back to where we started this act.
A back street of London.
Behind the home of Henry Jekyll,
The usual bustling throngs are absent today,
all that can be seen are the buildings, the street.
and to the laboratory of Dr. Jekyll, a door.
Henry! Henry, it's Gabriel. I need to see you.
No, Gabriel, I cannot. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Please, Dr. Jekyll.
Helen, dear Helen, please, please go.
It's urgent, Henry, urgent.
Go away, Utterson.
That didn't sound like the master, Mr. Anderson.
That was Edward. It must have Mr. Hyde, sir. I don't know how I got in there, but he's in there.
Yes, I think so. All right, Henry, or Hyde, or whoever you are, we're coming in.
So let me ask again, Mr. Utterson. Are you sure you want to chop down that door?
Are you ready to see what's behind it? It may not be what you think it is.
what if it is?
I need to help Henry.
What if you can't help him?
What if it's not Henry Jekyll behind that door?
But what if it is?
Whatever is behind that door will change your life, change your universe forever.
My universe has already changed.
Then I guess you would better open the door.
Final scene.
The laboratory of Dr. Henry Jekyll. The former clutter of scientific books and objects had become a mess of disorder.
Books are torn open, files are smashed.
2 chairs,
A table
and an open space where there used to be a door.
Henry! Henry!
Gabriel, rejoice. Gabriel is here, and this is the end.
Henry, what happened here?
Where's Edward Hyde?
He's not far. He never is.
Where is he? Are we in danger?
Helen. Helen, come here, please.
Dr. Jekyll?
Is this the face that... Oh. Sweet Helen, make me immortal. With a kiss.
Dr. Jekyll?
Please. Helen, you shouldn't have done that.
Of course, Dr. Jekyll,
Helen, I killed Enfield.
What?
And Hasty too.
And where's Edward?
Henry, is it true? Are you?
Yes. I am Edward Hyde. Upon occasion.
Oh, God. Oh, God, no!
Henry, how is this possible?
If you wish to know, you can read my journals. Every measurement, every mixture is there. Helen can explain them to you. And if you wish to know what I've done, it's in there as well, though I'm sure Sybil can tell you that.
You mean, really, those chemicals?
Yes.
They could...
Though it appears I don't need them anymore. If I should become agitated or angry, the chemicals are all that will bring me back.
So then, Hyde must have carried a syringe of that stuff with him the night that he killed Richard.
So we could turn back into you and fear the police.
Yes. To avoid prison, he became me. A form which is now a prison to him. Since then, I've subdued myself chemically, which explains my current state, though that too is breaking down. Hyde is getting stronger, his voice emerging at times when you are at the door.
Henry, what have you been doing in here?
I hope that in a month's time I may find a cure. If not a cure, then my own death. Though I fear that a cure is impossible, and I'm far too much a coward to...
Henry, come with us. We'll take you to the police and you'll be cared for.
The police won't be any use.
Sybil, please. Henry, at least if you're in jail and Hyde comes out, he can't hurt anyone. You'll be safe.
He'll be safe. What about us out here?
No, you're right. Just let me get my coat.
Of course.
How could he? How is this even possible? What are things on heaven and earth, dear? I know how to read, you know.
Henry, we'll make it out all right, you know. I won't let you hang. Musketeers for life, right? All for one and one for... Ah! Oh, my God.
Did you have fun unraveling a little mystery, Addison? Did you enjoy playing Sherlock Holmes?
Hyde! How did you...
Now I could kill you. Now that you've had a little taste of life, taking it away from you would be so sublime.
Do what you will to me, but don't harm the women.
Oh, chivalry doesn't mean a lot to me, D'Artagnan. I have bullets for them, too. Oh, look at yourselves. Don't even think of overpowering me. 2 women and a middle-aged lawyer. Are you 3 the heroes of London town?
You're not going to kill me, are you, Edward?
Why the hell shouldn't I? You betrayed me worst of all.
Don't be absurd. I thought that they could help me find you. I knew whenever they put you in, you would escape. I just had to know that you were okay.
Are you flattering me, Sybil?
No, Edward. I love you. I told you I had a soft spot for the misfit type.
So what now? You kill us and turn back into Jekyll and steal away somewhere?
Oh, yes, what a dastardly criminal mind you have, Addison. Not surprising for a lawyer. I wonder if there's an Edward Hyde in you. No, Dr. Jekyll dies with you. One more shot, and I'm here for good. And Jekyll is nothing but a distant memory.
Are you sure?
Quite sure. Jekyll feared it. My mind is a great deal clearer than his.
Fine then. Set down your pistol and make up a syringe.
Set down your pistol and... How stupid do you think I am? Helen! Be a dear and make Mr. Hyde some formula.
Why on earth would I think of
You've
doing...
always wanted to play Little Miss Chemist, haven't you? Now's your chance.
No!
Do it!
You better do as he says to.
Watch her, Sybil. Make sure she doesn't try anything sneaky.
Of course, Edward.
So when Helen and I are dead, what will you do to escape capture?
Oh, I'll escape the bobbies the same as I always have.
What? With your strength and purity of character?
Yes, I remember now. I remember why Jekyll liked you. Oh, it's a pity. It's a pity we never found the Edward Hyde in you.
It's a pity that.
Actually, that's not such a bad idea. Helen, make it a double.
You heard him.
Come on, Addison. We can escape somewhere to America, Africa, someplace. We can take Sybil with us. And Helen.
You're mad, Hyde. You're absolutely utterly
Mad? Mad? Killing those I hate and making love to those I love? Is that madness or merely doing away with the formalities?
Here you are, Mr. Hyde.
Sybil?
She followed the recipe exactly.
Think of it, Addison. You won't have to pay taxes or read journals or sign contracts. We can just live life until we die. We'll only hurt for a moment. Immortal with a kiss.
Dr. Jekyll, no!
Edward, what's wrong?
It seems that Dr. Jekyll is a great deal stronger than I thought. Consider yourself complimented, Addison. Seems he doesn't want to let me hurt you. Perhaps I had better go first. Adieu, Dr. Jekyll. Sybil, what?
Potassium. 30 parts per 100.
Sybil, you knew?
No, Edward, I didn't.
Oh, of course.
You thought you loved him. A lot of people think that of me.
Sybil, you did the right thing.
Edward? Dr. Jekyll! Henry!
Jekyll? Sybil? Helen? Thank you.
But Henry, you have the gunshots. Some madman jumping down his door. What happened to this poor bastard? Don't I know you?
I don't know. You tell me. Are you the misfit king?
Hey, it's okay. She's a friend of mine.
Let them go. They're quite innocent. This man took his own life.
You better come with us then. We have a few questions. Come on then, we'll get you a surgeon.
What are you doing?
I'm cleaning up, Mr. Utterson.
It's what we do.
Someone has to.
What?
Now, what do you suppose we should do with this?
It's the formula for Dr. Jekyll's serum. Throw it out! Are you sure you want to do that, sir? I mean, you never know. It might come in handy.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm not a scientist. I'm just
No, but you always said you could follow a recipe. through Jocelyn, who did our lights.